My toolbox was my lifeline, and she stole it like it was just another Tuesday. Karen, the self-appointed queen of our dirt road neighborhood, thought she could play God with a crowbar. It started with a handwritten note shoved under my windshield wiper. "Your truck's an eyesore. Move it or lose it. HOA." Problem was, we didn't have an HOA. I'd lived on this patch of Oklahoma dust for 10 years, fixing cars and building furniture in my garage to keep my daughter Ellie fed after her mom passed. My old Ford pickup, parked in my own damn yard, wasn't hurting anyone. But Karen, with her pristine lawn and her clipboard, had other ideas. She'd been prowling our street for months, slapping fake HOA notices on mailboxes, demanding people paint their fences or trim their hedges. Most folks ignored her. I did too until she crossed a line. That morning, I woke to find my truck's toolbox, the one holding $3,000 worth of tools I'd scraped together over years, pried open and gutted. Wrenches, drills, sockets gone. My stomach dropped. Those tools weren't just metal, they were Ellie's school clothes, our grocery money, my late-night hustles to keep us afloat. I stormed outside, heart pounding, and saw Karen's white SUV peeling out of my driveway. No proof, just a gut punch of certainty. She'd been eyeing my truck for weeks, muttering about property values, like we lived in some gated community instead of a stretch of gravel and grit. I called my buddy Jake, who lived across the street. He's a quiet guy, keeps to himself, but he's got a security camera pointed at my place. "Check your footage," I said, voice shaking. "I think Karen jacked my tools." An hour later, Jake showed up, his phone glowing with a grainy video. There she was, Karen, in a floral dress, sneaking into my yard at 3 a.m. with a crowbar. She popped the toolbox, stuffed my gear into a duffel, and drove off. My blood boiled. This wasn't just theft, it was personal. She'd targeted me, the single dad who didn't bow to her fake HOA bullshit. I confronted her that afternoon. Pulled up to her house, knuckles white on the steering wheel, Ellie's crayons still scattered on the passenger seat. Karen was watering her roses, all innocence, like she hadn't just gutted my livelihood. "You stole my tools," I said, stepping out, trying to keep my voice steady. She didn't even flinch. "Prove it," she smirked, spraying water at the ground like she was daring me to lose it. I held up Jake's phone, the video paused on her face mid-theft. Her eyes widened, just for a second, before she doubled down. "That's not me. You edited it. You're pathetic, trying to frame me to dodge your fines." Fines? This woman was delusional. "There's no HOA, Karen. You're not the boss of anyone." My voice cracked, anger spilling over. Neighbors started peeking out their windows. Jake, standing behind me, shifted nervously, still holding the phone. Karen's husband, Tom, appeared at the door, a burly guy who never said much. "What's going on?" he asked, looking between us. "Your wife's a thief," I said, pointing at the video. Tom's face hardened, but Karen cut in, voice shrill. "He's lying. He's jealous of our neighborhood standards." She stepped closer, jabbing a finger at me. "You're a deadbeat who can't even keep your yard clean." That's when I lost it. Deadbeat? I'm raising a kid alone while you play dictator with your fake rules. My hands shook, the wrench in my pocket feeling heavier. I didn't plan to use it, but God, I wanted to smash something. Jake grabbed my arm, whispering, "Cool it, man. We got her on tape." Karen's smirk faded as Tom watched the video, his jaw tightening. The air was thick, like a storm about to break. Neighbors were out now, phones up, recording the whole mess. Karen noticed and switched gears, tears welling up. "You're bullying me," she sobbed. A poor woman just trying to help the community. Help? She'd stolen my life's work and called it community service. I wanted to scream, but Jake pulled me back. "Let's call the cops," he said. I nodded, chest tight. Karen's crocodile tears didn't fool me, but I saw the neighbors' faces. Some bought her act. She was good, I'll give her that. Spinning her theft into a sob story, painting me as the bad guy. Tom just stood there, silent, like he was caught between loyalty and truth. The police arrived an hour later. 2 officers, one a grizzled guy named Martinez, watched the video. Karen tried her routine again: tears, excuses, claims of a misunderstanding. But Martinez wasn't having it. "Ma'am, that's you on camera, clear as day," he said, pointing at Jake's phone. They searched her garage and found my tools, still in the duffel, tags with my name on them. Karen's face crumpled, no more smirks. Tom looked like he'd been punched. "You did this?" he muttered, voice low. She didn't answer, just stared at the ground. They cuffed her, right there in her perfect yard. Neighbors whispered, some shocked, some nodding like they'd known all along. I felt no victory, just a hollow ache. Those tools were my survival, and she'd taken them to flex her fake power. Martinez said she'd face charges: grand theft, maybe more. As they led her to the cruiser, she turned, eyes burning into me. "You'll regret this," she hissed. I didn't flinch. "You already did," I said. But it wasn't over. The neighborhood split like a cracked windshield. Half called Karen a crook, half said I'd provoked her by ignoring her notices. Rumors flushed: done this before, targeting Old Man Carter's shed last year, but no one had proof. Others said I was too harsh, that I should have settled it quietly. Ellie heard the whispers at school, kids calling her dad a snitch. She came home crying, asking why people hated us. I hugged her, said we did the right thing, but it felt like a lie. Doing right shouldn't leave you this empty. Weeks later, Karen got a plea deal: community service, no jail. She moved away, her house up for sale, but the damage lingered. My tools were back, but clients stopped calling, spooked by the drama. Ellie's nightmares got worse, and I couldn't afford her therapy anymore. The video went viral on some local X pages, with comments tearing into both of us. Entitled "Dad vs. Crazy HOA Lady," they called it, like our lives were a reality show. I'd won, but it didn't feel like it. Karen's fake HOA was gone, but so was the trust in our little street. Neighbors stopped waving. Jake moved away, tired of the gossip. I kept my truck in the garage now, out of sight. Looking back, I wonder if I could have handled it differently. Maybe talked to Tom first, or let her keep the tools and called it a loss. But she'd crossed a line, and I'd fought for what was mine. Still, the cost was heavy: me kids' peace, my community's warmth, my own damn sleep. Justice sounded good on paper, but it left a bitter taste. What would you have done in my shoes? Let it go or fight like hell? How do you balance what's right with what keeps the peace?